What's going on, people? People. Welcome to the Derby City Sports Review Show. Yours truly, Will I Am, in the building with Will. And the Don, what's going on with you, sir?
What's going on? Just another day. Just another day. Chill, kick back, and relaxing.
I thought he was trying to send us a memo or something, typing and stuff. What's going on, T Rock?
Not a whole lot, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying the time again.
I really had PTSD. I thought he was posting some stuff.
Oh man, you're wrong.
I got kind of scared. Like, oh no, not
Uh,
again, not again. What's
Not
going on?
again.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful hump day. Big time, you know what I'm saying? Sweet 16 Eve, all that good stuff. We're gonna make sure we cover that for you guys. We're talking about NCAA and the first session of today's Kentucky High School Sweet 16. We'll get into that too and just have a little fun like we always do. Where to find us at? If you don't know now, I don't know what you've been doing. But 54 Sports, we're talking about Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok. You don't stop. You want to listen to it. Amazon Music, iHeart, Apple Music, all that good stuff like that. Want to give stars, donate to the show. You can do that through Facebook, or you can go ahead and, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. It's on the top of the screen. Big shout out to Vinyl Empire, 502 Corvette, and Mile Wide Bird Company. Sponsors looking for more sponsors. Get at us, let us know. Big time like that. Uh, you know, and it is what it is, and we're gonna rock and roll. And I want to go ahead. Let me go ahead and back up. Let me do this. Let's start with the high schoolers. We haven't done the high school stuff in a minute, so let's go ahead and get into that. We had some games that was already played. Kind of forgot was on vacation. Kind of forgot that they kind of froze them out because Kentucky women's basketball was doing the tournament thing, and it wasn't successful, but they was doing it. Um, you know, it is what it is on that one. So today you had the first session of that, and let's get into it. So tonight's game, which is probably underway right now, that's 8:30 already
8:30.
started. Ashland
Mm-hmm.
Blazer, Callaway County. That game should be a good one to move on to the Elite Eight, as they say. Very interesting in that one. Today we have Mr. Deuce said he's had enough. No, he has not had enough. Dude is remarkable. Hit a last second like lay in, but I ain't gonna say last second. He beat him. They still had opportunity to score, but it is what it is. I guess it is last second. Deuce Bailey, remarkable athlete. Period. We all know him from Bowling Green, the quarterback, and the hooper too. So he got another notch on his belt. So the Purples move on. They beat Adair County 52-51. Um, let's see. Now this kind of slipped past me because, like I said, I was in vacation mode and South Oldham. I didn't know they was in Sweet 16 because North Oldham been having their number, but it's hard to beat a
Right.
team three times. And they said no go. Mr. Miles and them said they wouldn't have none of that. And the remarkable thing about Danville Christian, the girls, the boys and the girls made it to Sweet 16, which is remarkable for that school, small school in Danville. But South Oldham said no to you. 67-44. Blowout special big time. So Dadley, man, that Miles dude is no joke. No joke. But let's really talk about why we here. Number one team goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Down. Oh my gosh. J Town, the town, 64. St. X 59. If you had this on this your bingo card, you're live. But the crazy thing is J Town, especially since they got Mr. Cameron back, has been a total different team. They was already good. Then they added
Right.
the damn near all star to their roster towards the end of the season and pays dividends. Mr. Harrison and all those guys rocking and rolling. And the crazy thing is, St. X was control of that first half, third quarter too. Then all of a sudden, J Town hit two threes. It was on. It was on
Pop
and
the
popping.
switch.
Hell of a year for St. X. You know, I think it was the first time. What was it? About 30 or 40 years they went to the Sweet 16, something like that. It was something kind of some kind of stat like that. But woo, number one, man, this is hard. It's just so hard to be number one all year and cap it off this season. That's what makes Sacred Heart's journey so remarkable. It's not easy to have that big target on your back. And I mean, let's keep it real. Why we always got to play each other? Why the 6 and 7 always seem like they got to play each other
Mm,
first round? I don't know who's doing this picking. And if it ain't the first round, it's right there. They're not even in the different
right there.
brackets. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have that. And if it do, it's probably some teams you know that probably ain't going to win it anyway. But J-Town wins this game. Don, I know when you saw this, what your thoughts on J-Town beating X?
Well, you know what? From watching, the seeing J Town play at the very end and seeing McDaniel's coming back to the team, it showed a whole different team. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I just assumed, I guess, that Saint X was, they were, let's say were now, the team
Mm-hmm.
to beat.
They
So once
were.
I looked up, it's like, oh, okay, Chargers, like y'all ain't deal, y'all heard it, y'all been here. What? It was their second or third time the past 4 years in the Sweet 16.
Oh, something is crazy. It's like either three out of
Yeah,
four or 4 out of 5. It's something
yeah.
crazy that Mr. Duncan, Coach Duncan, has been doing.
Mm-hmm. So he said he ain't there to play, and their team wasn't scared of nobody.
They
So
wasn't.
they proved a point.
Talk. I love it when you can talk your shit and back it up. And
Yes,
they
Man,
yes.
did. He's like, dude, we ain't worried about nothing. It is
mm,
what it is. They got to play us basically too. So hey, remarkable. T Rock, what's your thoughts on X going down? At least they made it this time, but I know they have a lot of senior. Because last year they was number one or close
yeah,
number two and didn't win it. Everybody thought they was gonna make it to the Sweet 16. They didn't last year. They made it. Still
Hmm.
didn't get over the hump.
Yeah, they listed Seneca, if I'm not mistaken. So I
Yeah.
think we were at that game.
Yep. House went off.
Yeah,
yes,
House
he
went
did.
off, and then the little eighth grader kid went off too.
Yeah. Yep.
He couldn't miss. But with that being said, I was kind of shocked, to be honest with you. They were the team to beat, but then it's like, well, say this year's Evangel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Evangel was the team to beat last year, and they got put out. You know what I'm saying? So it's surprising for sure. But you know, that's what this is all about, right? You get to the tournament to try to play your best. You can't go in there as thinking you're great. You know what I'm saying? There's 15 other teams that believe the same thing. So you got to go in there and play. And I'm saying I don't know. Obviously, I don't know the stats. I don't know who did what for Saint X and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. Got to win the
Yeah.
game. But
I do know that J Town, that was the one team, almost the one good team in the city that St. X didn't play in the regular season. And I don't even think it
right,
makes a difference because you really probably had to play them at the end of the season. Because, like I said, they added a player. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, that is odd. You know what I'm saying? And shit, and it had to get past the circle. So that's on the up and up. So you're talking about somebody who was already their good team. And then you got this all-star football player, multi-talented basketball player, because people fail to realize dude was a hell of a football player too. But then he went to
hmm
prep school for basketball. Dude was that
hmm
guy. So very impressive, man. This is very impressive. And like I said, coach talked this, talk this talk and walk this walk and beat him in ruck. And
mm-mm.
I'm gonna save y'all Evangel. At least Evangel did make it to the Final Four. Let me say
yeah.
that. They did. They
You
won.
better there for
They
that.
won some games. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Yeah, they
right.
won some games. But I get what T Rock was saying. Hey, they lace them up too. They trying to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't going there just to be like, oh man, we gotta play Saint X because damn, it's some other good teams there anyway. Speaking of other good teams, real quick, excuse me, tomorrow you got Davies County versus Great Cross, and Great Cross right now got to be considered the favorite now.
They do got it.
Mor-
Yep. No doubt.
Moreno and all those guys,
Yep.
they probably said thank you, J Town, for knocking them out the box. We ain't got to worry about them. Henderson County versus Cooper, Lawrence County versus Montgomery County, North Laurel versus Breathitt County. So we got, you know what? It's so funny because as you look at it, it's still another school that's close to Jefferson County, South Odom versus J Town. That's gonna be Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
That's
still.
we still cover that area, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
just knocking each other off because they got to be what the eighth region or something like that. What are they? They got to be something like that, close to that
Something like
I
anyway.
that.
want to say you're right.
Yeah, so they just knocking
Yep.
them out, just knocking them down. But hey, that should be another good one. That's gonna be Friday, the first game, not the first game, the second game at 1:30. So yeah. That's gonna be another one. So great Krause is sitting over picking them daisies out.
And like you said though,
you
I mean
know?
South Oldham J Town, they go like you said, they first game up. First game up 130. Oh
The
no,
second game,
they the
second game.
second game.
Mm-hmm.
Second game, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Bowling
Bowling Green
Green,
goes
whoever
another.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, Bowling Green gonna play the winner of Ash and Blazer and stuff like that. So that's gonna be a good one though, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
woo-wee.
And
That's crazy.
yeah, you only had 5 players score for J Town, and 3 of them 17 points. So
Well, hey, you scored 64, you covered.
right,
Yep.
that's all that matters. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
game, have that score.
Who was it? Harrison, McDaniels, and the dude
Prince,
Prince. His last name Prince.
yeah, first name Prince Conplay.
Oh, okay, Complay. Yep. Congratulations, Coach Duncan. I think I know his pops and everything. I know the Duncan family. So congratulations on a
Congrats.
massive win, big time, man.
Man,
Heart goes out to Chance and all those guys, man. You got other things you got to worry about now, getting ready for college and things like that. And then they got a ton of players coming back. So we know that they're gonna probably add to that mix like always.
you
Nothing
know
wrong with that. Add to the
You
mix.
know.
Must be nice. You can just add to the mix. Come here, son. You want to you want to play on this All Star team? Yes, sir. I do. All right, man. Let's go on and rock and roll, man. Tomorrow begins the other Sweet 16 that everybody's talking about. I'm gonna need, yeah. I'm gonna need Don. You got to screenshot the CBS and send it to me as far as the standing on the 54 Sports network on that one. But yeah, let's get rocking and rolling in this one. Tomorrow, you started off, man. BYU versus Alabama. Alabama is a 5.5.5 point favorite through ESPN on this one. To me personally, man, I think this is going to be a sneaky good game because
it really
both
is.
of them, whatever the over is probably not enough. It's probably not enough. Whatever the over is probably not enough for this game. And actually, the over is 170. It started out at 173. Now it's 174. I mean, 175.
175 and a half. Yep.
Probably not enough.
Mm.
Probably not enough. This has all the making of 100 and something to 90 something or whatever. Because Alabama does not play defense. And BYU can score the ball just like Alabama. So, even though Alabama may cover or do whatever, but this is going to be how it's going to get. So, to me, for the people, take that over. Take that over. Ain't no defense in this game, bro. I'm telling you. Alabama, and that's their flaw, man, because it's got to come a time that somebody's going to lock you up, and now you in a tussle. Now you got to try to hold them, And we ain't talking about Tennessee who don't like to score points and stuff. We're gonna talk about one of these other teams may be up there and be like, okay, let's rock and roll. Uh, Don, what you thought on this Alabama BYU game?
Like you said, I'm looking at it probably a lot of points scored. Alabama, they can put it up, and they ain't about to play too much of defense. And BYU, they run their certain offense how they do, and they can put that points up right with them. And like I said, they still like Mark Pope who, so
Hell, they running
they
this
still
offense.
yeah
Something I would say something like that because I
right
think that the coach came from somewhere else, but he utilized some of that offense. I ain't gonna say all of it. He did come from somewhere else.
similarities
Yeah,
to it. Yep.
yeah.
So exactly because I got this to be a close one myself. I mean,
It's gonna be a goodie, man. You know what's so
very
you know what's so crazy about this? How come you didn't put Kentucky in there with BYU? You 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 like storylines. You do everybody
right,
else like that.
right.
How come you didn't do that? Right? I mean, is Mitch still up on the board?
Probably.
Who's that?
Mitch Bernhardt is
Mitch
he still up
Barnhart.
on that board, man? Because if he is, that's the reason why BYU and Kentucky's not on in the same bracket. Because
I
otherwise,
asked somebody about that.
that'd have been like, okay, put them in there. Let's see how this goes. Even if they've been on the other end, a chance
Right.
if both teams win to get to see that. Yeah, Mitch probably sitting there and nah, we ain't doing that. T Rock,
We're gonna give a 11 loss team a 3 seed. That's what we finna do. Um, let's. I think this is gonna be it should be a barn burner. I think Alabama's quicker than BYU,
Mhm.
but BYU is much more methodical. So you'll just, what I'm saying, it's a battle of two different styles, and just see how that fleshes out. It's gonna be very interesting. But it
Right.
should be a good barn burner.
I like to see like Alabama. I forgot this name. His the big guy. He's very athletic. He's going to have to face another big guy that's just as athletic, Keto, somebody like that from BYU. This is
Hmm.
like BYU have shooters all over the place. This is going and inside press. This is going to be a hell of a game, man. All right, who you got? Who you got? Who you got, Don?
uh, yeah. I got Alabama probably to win them, and they probably will win at about 5 or 6 points, something like that.
T Rock, what you thinking?
Alabama, keep my money straight.
That's right. He got his he got look. He's
Yeah,
got his
right.
bracket on the table, so he.
Now, not it, I haven't even opened it up yet, but I'm assuming that that's who I picked.
Okay. What
I'm
you?
only assuming at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking Alabama also, but I mean, hey, I'm cheering for BYU. Go on and get that thing, man. Go on
Pretty
and get
much.
that. Go on and get that. We know you are, Don. We know we know you are,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, they got to win that.
We know you are, sir. All right, the sleeping giant, the sleeping number one, that people don't really talk about, except me. Maryland, fourth seed versus Florida, number one seed. Florida is 6.5 point favorite in this game. Um, Match up well as far as the inside. If you really pay attention to Florida, and the thing about it, they have been almost kind of like the word that T Rock just used, methodical, methodical. They have been taking care of business against almost every foe in the SEC, right? So they deserve that number one. They took care of. What's sneaky? They got big men that rebound. They can jump hooks left, right, shoulders, like we talked about that we wish that we had. That can do all that.
Hmm.
They are so massive inside, but their guard play is phenomenal with Clayton Martin.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, dude! I
Yeah.
mean, it's not even funny how they can show up that outside. So they got inside and outside. To me, they're one of the most complete teams in this tournament. I hope I'm not wishing bad luck on y'all. Y'all get knocked out tomorrow. But to me, I think they are. With Richard, Martin, and Clayton. Clayton
Hmm.
came from Iona with Ricky P. He tells a story that he thought he was going to go follow Rick at St. John's, but he talked to his family. He went down to Florida. Florida, Now this kind of kills me when you say these kind of words. Florida was more like a family.
Mm.
Mm.
I've heard somebody else say that too. That when the who was it? It was somebody who was visiting Louisville. It was D'Angelo. He said that
Yeah.
it was
Russell.
more. It wasn't like a family like compared to Ohio State when Rick was here.
Yeah. Yep. He did say that.
Ouch, that's not a good look. But anyway, um, great, great. I just love. I love that team. I love that coach. Dude, he's into it. He doesn't berate them. It's all great. But Maryland, hey, Coach Wheeler, hats off to you, brother, because you are rocking and rolling. Even if y'all walk on by, but y'all still got that win. To me, Reese, Angel Reese's brothers on there balling. He's his power forward on that team, taking care of business. Rice is good. Rice, I know Louisville was recruiting him, I think, a couple of years ago, type stuff. Um, Solid team. I just think they still young. I think they still young. But this should be another good one, man. I think we got nothing but good games. This is what you want to see. T Rock, what's your thoughts
Hmm.
on Maryland, Florida?
Again, like you said, it's going to be another good game. I do have Maryland winning this game, though.
Ooh, little Shocky. Shocky. Oh, he
Yeah,
laughing.
Hey.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because thing is, again, we had this talk I think Monday about going chalk. I mean, it
Right.
just it don't feel right. So I couldn't go chalk on every one of them, right? So I chose Maryland's one of my Final Four teams.
Well,
All
you
right.
had a yeah. Well, sorry
You know what I'm saying? Now, again,
sorry for you.
it might have. Well, yeah, you feel sorry for me now until they make it to the Final Four.
We'll find out. We'll find out the ball game. When I text your ass, I'm like,
And I'm gonna
but
get right
anything's
back on here and
possible.
say,
Anything's
"I was
possible.
wrong."
No, anything's possible.
Yeah. Exactly. Ask KG. But look,
Yeah.
I believe that again, this is going to be a good game. You know, I I think, like you said, Florida's got tremendous guard play, but I think we'll have them boys ready. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to D them up. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a tremendously high scoring game though.
Yeah. 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 It could be. I know the over and under is 157. So 157.5. So yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Should be, But the great thing with this, I know Florida can play anyway, right? So,
right.
they're not stuck on trying to get 100 like some other teams, Alabama. So, yeah. And Willer's going to have to coach. He probably on the phone with Ricky P now, try to come up with something. You know how they do.
Is his dad still around? Ralph?
I think he's still alive. I haven't heard it. I think he's still alive. They
That's
need to
it.
lean
That's
on him. Yeah, need to lean on
yeah,
him
yeah,
like Rick
Lean
did.
on.
yeah.
Yeah. Don, what you thinking?
I'm looking at, like I said, Florida's one of my teams to go to the chip. So I think it's going to be another close one. I think though. Also, it'd be like I'm gonna go on my account, and it's gonna be Florida win by 1 to 10 points.
Ooh, like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I can see that. And the thing about it, really, whose big men don't get in foul trouble?
Hmm.
Because I think,
Definitely.
really, I think Maryland's big men are more skilled. You know what I'm saying? They're quicker, more skilled. I think Florida's bruisers, rebounders, that kind of stuff. They really don't run sets for them. It's let's say diving for the basket type stuff, garbage type guys. But I think Maryland depends on Queen and Reese and them to do more. So I think as long as they stay out of foul trouble as far as Maryland's bigs, big time. But if they get in foul trouble, then it's a wrap.
Hmm.
You
Yeah. They
know.
both came out of close games too. So.
Yeah, yeah. Should be a goodie. T
Hmm.
Rock, Maryland, the Don, Florida. Is that right? You
Yep.
pick up on that? I
Yes,
got
sir.
Florida because I got Florida going to the Final Four my damn self. So, I just can't see my picks, but I know I picked them. Just can't say it.
I
Just
got
can't
committed to
say it.
memory.
Yeah, big time. I think I'm in chalk. Arizona versus Duke. Woo, we back in the day, man. You remember them battles, Arizona, Duke, my guys
Yeah.
in the '90s and things like that. Well, this ain't the '90s, right? Duke is a 9.5 point favorite with this game. It is 154 the over and under. So we'll see. Like both of them like to get up, but one thing that we talked about Sunday and we talked about on Monday, Duke plays defense. And I think Brown is a possibility that Brown comes back for this game. Truthfully, I get it. I don't know if I bring him back. I mean, I think you guys. I think Duke can win without him. Because he keep on that shoulder keep on popping out. He's gonna need surgery. I thought he was having surgery, so he's just one hard screen. He's a defender, a defensive specialist, so he's gonna get down there and all that kind of stuff like that. As far as the big when they roll, and Arizona is the one of those teams, just like Florida State, always have people 7'2" and 3 and 1 and shit. Like nobody else can find them, but Florida State and Arizona can. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Like,
what?
where'd y'all get these guys from?
And
Always.
Purdue.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, they went to I don't know where they went back in history and got a 7'5" dude. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Freaking real quick. Florida got a guy who's 7'9".
Oh my God! Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
He's
It's
Yes,
talking.
ridiculous. Yeah.
He's talking Taco Falls, bro. Like what is going on with this? Dude don't even
that's
play.
crazy.
I'm like anyway, but this game right here, Duke, it's set up for you, baby boy. It's set up for you to go ahead and take care of business. And the crazy thing is, I don't think they needed help. I don't think they needed an easy bracket. Not saying it's easy. By name wise, oh man, but Arizona, I mean, can they go ahead and knock Duke off? They got to hit everything. You do got Caleb Love, who's a veteran guard. You got some other guards, great guard plays, and they have Arizona keeps teams, man. I mean, no matter who's the coach is, Sean Miller, and the guy who's been there about 4 years now, 5 years, they constantly win and do what they got to do. But it's just something about this Duke team, man. As much as I want to throw so much hate on them, and just because the ACC things like that, they are a hard out. When you have Proctor knocking down threes at a clip, then you bring in Jealous, Gilis, whatever, who came from Purdue, was a 3 point specialist for that team. He don't even start. You got James, who's like a football player out there, who's a damn point guard. Also, man, I mean they just so tight. Then you got now. Everybody knew about the one freshman, the 7 foot one. Now you got another one off the bench who's 6'11", who's blocking shot. Oh my god,
Ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. Don, what's your thoughts on this game, man?
Ri- Ridiculous. But to me, I got Duke going all the way. So I
I
just
mean,
couldn't see it.
that was for another segment, but thank you, Don.
Oh, my bad. You silly. Anyway, I mean, I got this. This is already on my bracket. I'm looking. So at that said, I'm going to my account and I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking Duke with 11 plus. That's all you get. They will win by 11 plus.
Woo, woo. T Rock.
Yeah, I like Duke as well. They're tall, athletic. Like you said, they play defense. They can shoot. They're on fire right now. They're not only a hard out, but they definitely have more than a good chance to win the championship. So regardless of who they play. You know what I'm saying? We can talk up Arizona again. Like I said, Arizona, Sean Miller, Lute Olson, they've always had good teams. You know what I'm
Always.
saying? But Duke is on another level right now.
Yeah, yeah. Couldn't say it any better. Yeah, of course I'm riding with Duke also. Yeah, and it's so crazy. They still have enough talent. That we didn't even mention Cooper Flag. You know what I'm saying? When I
Didn't
was
have
talking
to.
about it, I didn't even mention him. I'm mentioning Proctor. I'm
Mm-mm.
mentioning all these other dudes that are ridiculous.
Nipple.
Yeah, lights out shooter who's 6'7". They well stocked, man. They well stocked. Goodness, the cheat code,
Well,
the cheat code. Huh.
mm-mm-mm.
Mm. Interesting.
Calipari. Actually, let me change the seed. It's a 3 seed for Texas Tech. Calipari said, "Y'all try to throw dirt on me. I'm not done yet. I'm not done." Arkansas versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a 5.5 point favorite. Do you guys? Let me ask you guys. Do you guys know how many voodoo dolls that the state of Kentucky has on Cal are just praying that they lose against Texas Tech? Because if they win, that makes Friday game a whole different level, bro. Whole different level. And the thing about it is, like I told you guys before, T Rock was talking about the Big 12. Most of you people probably haven't even watched them. A great league this year, solid thing. Anytime the Kansas is like the 7th ranked team in that, you know what I'm saying? And they got the
Yeah.
highest payroll,
Yeah.
It's on.
highest payroll, and it didn't do anything, didn't do a dent or anything. Arkansas knocked their asses out. But, Texas Tech, well coached team. They're going to play defense. They got a big guy, man, that's leading them. He's like a double double machine. So they definitely gonna lean on him heavily. Toppin, another JT Toppin, is his name. I think he might have came from New Mexico or something like that. But anyway, he averaging 18 points and 9.3 rebounds. Theory, he's not playing for Arkansas. They didn't need him in the next game. I don't know. I mean, maybe they don't need him in this one. That's the thing about it. This right here is defense versus an offense that wants to get up and fly up and down. Because if you get them in a situation where they have to run offense, I don't think they can. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be helter skelter for Arkansas to win this game. But the crazy thing is, they do have Mr. Davis who can go off of 30. He done had a horrible year to the regular season, to the postseason. He's been balling. You also got some proven people. You got Z, you got Wagner, you got almost everybody who came from Kentucky anyway. I'm just gonna say this: Texas Tech cannot let Arkansas get on top of them and put that pressure and take them out of their game. Because I don't know if Texas Tech can keep up as far as point wise. I don't know. Let's not forget Texas Tech was the 2nd ranked team in the Big 12, so they deserve their 3 seed. And Arkansas, well, I ain't gonna say Arkansas. Calipari's playing on borrow money. This ain't even his money. He's chilling. Y'all said he couldn't make it, Sweet 16. Here I am in his first year, and I had to put some stuff together, bring some people. It is what it is. T Rock, what's your thoughts on Texas Tech and Arkansas?
Uh, I think that Arkansas, this might be the last game for Arkansas. I've been watching
Womp womp
Texas. I've been watching Texas.
womp.
Yeah, I've been watching Texas Tech, and they're good. They are very good. Um, the thing about Calipari, since we were talking about him,
Mm-hmm.
is like I wonder how many Kentucky fans are mad at him. Now. I mean, what he ain't got past the first round in how many years? When the last few years at Kentucky?
Yeah, yeah. Like
Now
one out
he's
of
yeah he's
one out of five or 1 out of 4, some crazy.
yeah now he's looking at trying to go into the Elite 8 with at least what? How many? Three of the players that I can think of anyway, right offhand, from the Kentucky team that he had. I mean, what I'm saying?
And
I don't
recruits.
know if
And recruits. He took
yeah,
he,
yeah,
he, he took the
yeah.
recruits and the players.
He took he took everybody. You know what I mean? So I just but either way, I still believe his time has ran out now. Texas Tech is a very very good ball club, man. So I'm riding with them.
Where's this where's this game being played at? Anybody know? I
Yeah,
mean,
hold on.
both of
Georgia
I
them.
Tech.
just had it. I just had to pull it up.
Yeah, both of them are in the same
I
basically
literally
okay.
just had to pull it up.
Arkansas,
Hold on.
Texas, pretty much. Um, where are they playing this?
Chase Center. Where does Chase Center?
Oh, okay. They in San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Okay, San Francisco. Cool, cool. So neither one of them gonna have fans out there, pretty much,
No,
except for
no.
for Tyson. Tyson Chicken
Yeah,
gonna bring
West.
everybody out there.
West Coast don't like college basketball.
Tyson
They're not as
chicken.
passionate about college basketball.
Yeah. The Don, what you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at. I feel what Zach's saying. I mean, the Texas Tech they still ain't nothing to be played with. I think a lot of that probably a lot of people ain't paid attention to them during the season, and they probably not giving them. Who knows? Some people probably doubt them just because Arkansas, what Arkansas has on their team, but just by them beating St. John's ain't proving that they can beat everybody else. So I'm looking for Texas Tech to take this one myself, and probably be a close game. I give it that.
Yeah, Texas Tech
Maybe
should.
cover, maybe not.
Yeah, they should. I mean, I think nobody had Arkansas. Anyway, I think most people had St. John's and Texas Tech, and I think I had Texas Tech beating St. John
Yep.
anyway. So yeah, I mean, like I said,
Yep,
he
me.
he
Yep,
he's playing with
me
free
too.
money. He's playing with free money. That's all. But I'm telling you, if they win, you're gonna have a fan base that boy is gonna be on pins and needles. Pins and
Mm-hmm.
needles.
Whole lot of cussing you're having.
Shoo-wee. Threats. Ole Miss versus Michigan State. Michigan State is a 3.5 point favorite. Oh my goodness. Ole Miss, hats off. We talked about Bird. He's a hell of a coach. And really, both of these teams are grimy teams. You know what I'm saying? They like play defense is gonna be all out war. I don't what is the over and under with this one? Because I know it's gotta be low. Excuse me. Let's see with this one. This one's 143.5. Okay. I can dig this and that still may be kind of high. Even though Ole Miss can do a little stuff, Michigan State is just structure. You know what I'm saying? Come on. We know what they about. Izzo, brags about I keep my players and all. Michigan State, you better take care of business because if Ole Miss beats you guys, we don't want to hear about I I don't have transfer portal people. You better start looking into that big time. T Rock, what's your thoughts on Ole Miss and Michigan State?
Battle of two good coaches. You know what I'm saying? Too. When I'm saying Izzo is always gonna do his thing. You know what I mean? I always felt like, you know what I'm saying, as a Louisville fan, I always felt like for some reason we'd always meet them in the tournament. Always. I've seen like every year, you know what I'm saying? It may not have been the case, but every year I just felt like we met them in a tournament.
Yep.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And we may beat them. You know what I mean? But they're always there, man. Izzo's one hell of a coach, man. And you said it just, we're gonna see who. I think this game is to see not only who's the best players on the floor, but who's going to be the better coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Don.
Yeah, myself. I'm looking at, like I said, had Michigan. I think I do. I either had Michigan State or Iowa State to beat. I think I had Iowa State to take out Ole Miss, Michigan State to lose to Iowa State. I do believe, but I'm looking at this game right here, and I think Michigan State should pull
Should.
this out.
Should.
Should, because
Should.
there's been times before,
Shoot.
but I want to go on the experience of the coaching and everything else, and I think Michigan State will cover the spread also.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be grimy. I mean, this is really this. If you Bird, this is who you want to play. This is the kind of style you want to play because hey, they play defense. Both of them play defense. It's gonna be physical.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Davis, ex Louisville player. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he's gonna do. The point guard, Padello, whatever, who used to be at Virginia Tech, hell of a player. Man, this is gonna be a good one. And like I said, I know a lot of people did not have Ole Miss in this position.
Right.
Maybe this SEC, but I'm gonna go with. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go with Ole Miss to pull upset. I like Bird. I'm tired. I'm tired of Izzo talking about. I don't use transport portal. Okay, all right, buddy. Good luck, brother. Oh, Michigan versus Auburn.
Mm,
8.5 point favorite is Auburn. Michigan, new coach. Brought some of his players with him. He's in the Sweet 16. Great job for the new coach. And Auburn, they was considered the favorites, the cold favorites for the long time um, for this tournament. So, Don, what's your thoughts on this game?
Oh man. Now, by looking at it, you think, where Auburn gets the players, Auburn, they can score too, but Auburn's another one that at times, they don't play with no defense. I mean, they'll get out at times where teams is, to score on them. They turn. It's like they got to flip a switch during the game, and hopefully, you got Broom and them don't get in no foul trouble
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. But I think Michigan's going to give them a good fight. I think it'll be a good fight to the end, and come down to Auburn to probably pull it off. I don't see them covering that spread probably, but eh, maybe a 5 point win or something like that by Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing about it is some good coaches.
Yeah,
For
most
Sweet
definitely.
16 is good coaches, man. I mean, you might get somebody who good lucky once in a while, but
Yeah.
majority of them are good coaches. Majority is. T Rock, what's your thoughts on this game?
Um, be honest with you, I haven't watched a lot of Michigan basketball. I know they got a good coach. I know they got a good team, but I've never actually watched them play. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I've maybe watched 5 minutes of them play. So, with that being said, though, I still feel like it's going to be a good game. You don't make it this far and be terrible, right? So, still have Auburn winning this game. But, hey, Dusty May, well done, sir.
Well done, Dusty. Took care of business. Um, I think what's missing is that even counting the tournament games and stuff like that, Auburn was something like 2-4 in the last 6 games. You know what I'm saying, including the
Yeah.
SEC, something like that. They beat Kentucky, then they got a little healthy as far as the ace, the number one seed. You're playing some teams that you should be. Alabama State, they beat a good Creighton team, so kudos to that. So we know it's almost like they play up to their competition, and it's kind of scary because sometimes you can get bit. And I think that Michigan with some of the key players that Dusty bought is going to be a good one. And like I said, Dusty can coach. He's going to have them. They're going to have to play defense. Auburn's going to have to move the feet, play some defense. I just think Auburn just has too many players. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's deep. He's
Yeah.
very
They're
much
deep.
deep.
They're very
Every
deep.
time I seen Broom, it doesn't look like the Broom that everybody's talking about. It doesn't look like the 20 and 12 or whatever it is. He'd be struggling. He's going to go against Golden, who's a 7'1", 7'2" dude, who's going to give him a little bit of problems there. But they just have enough players that it's overwhelming at times. So I'm gonna take Auburn with that one also, big time. But I think it's going to be a good game, big time. Another goody. Purdue versus
Man.
Houston. 8.5 point favorite on Friday. We all know T Rock done told you guys quit playing. That's his ride or die. So T Rock, what's your thoughts on this game?
I'm riding with them. I'm riding with them. I think it's going to be great guard play. I think this is going to be. I think it's going to be tighter than the spread as well. But I mean, this Kelvin Sampson is like it's like one of the in my opinion one of the best coaches in college basketball history. You know what I'm saying? Every place that he's went, he's been successful.
True.
You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, did he get in a little trouble? Yeah, but that same stuff wouldn't even apply now. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to me. But he always has his teams and his boys ready to play when it's time to play. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I'm not saying they win every game all the time. Nobody does that. But I think this is going to be a really good game. Purdue, Braden Smith. This is going to be a fantastic game. Fantastic game. But I think Houston's going to have a little too many horses for them.
Yeah. Braden Smith was like I said, Braden Smith and Kaufman is a hell of a duo. It's gonna be very
Mm-hmm.
interesting just to see how Houston defends that because you're talking about two players that together combined for damn near 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Braden is a assist king. So that's going to be very good. Then, you know what I'm saying? And not trying to shortchange other Purdue's players and stuff like that, but those are the two main cogs. In Houston, like you said, Calvin Sampson, man, this to go ahead and just remake that team. You know what I'm saying? They lost a lot of great guards in the past 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And those
Mm-hmm.
Sasser and them, you know, I mean, it's just very impressive. He just keeps on going. He can coach. He's a hell of a coach with that one. And I'm with you. I think this. I don't think you know. It's so funny. I think this is a good to great Houston team, but I don't think this is his best ones that he had in the past 4 years. I think he's
Yeah.
had some monster ones they just couldn't get over that hump. But this
Right.
team has enough in this day of age to do what they got to do, and I think Houston's gonna win. I'm like you, if and I'll let Don to go ahead and do his point thing, but I think I'm gonna agree with Don when he says his point spread for you guys. Don, what you got?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I'm looking at it as in, you're going to have how Purdue plays their ball. You know how likes to keep it. Purdue gets their style, I guess you'll say, that they've been having with their big men in the post and everything else in that Big Ten basketball they play. But Houston, they're gonna they out to run. They out to put some points up. And with that, I just don't. I think it come down to the end of the game where Houston's going to outrun Purdue. I'll look at it, and by then, looking at the eight, uh, really, I think it's going to probably be about a double-digit win. Probably take about 11 points more.
I don't agree with that. So scratch my stuff off. Scratch what I said. Scratch what I said.
No, I knew you was gonna. I was did that because I was thinking you was going to the other end, so
Yeah.
I had to go that way.
No,
But
you
yeah,
good.
it's gonna be a close one though. It's gonna come down to it. It's gonna be a close game.
I think my problem is, and I know you said they like to run. Every time I watch them, they are probably the best defensive team. Houston is. So a lot of their scores is in the 60s. Majority of their stuff. So they probably averaging 70 something. If it's in on the high 70s, it's because they probably done blown out some people. But I think Purdue has a well coached team, just like Calvin. So I just don't see them running away from them. You know, you
Yeah, I
know,
see what you're saying.
I don't see them running away because, like I said, if you ever want to take the under, they are probably the one team that if you're a betting person, the majority of their stuff is over and under 130, 132. And this is even when they play people like Kansas or people who have offense because they know they're going to lock them up. And Purdue can't. I mean, hell, you can still be a blowout if you win 67-43. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
True that.
saying? So it's going to be on Purdue. You're going to have to score some points, meaning that I ain't
Yeah,
saying you got to score 90. You're going to have to be able to score points. And I'm with you. I
yeah.
mean, I think Houston take care of business on that. Good luck
And, and you
because it's
got
going
the
to be tough.
over under 131 right now.
Like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they average. Like,
Hmm.
dude, and and you're doing that, you think, oh man, hell yeah, hell yeah. Then all of a sudden, Houston 70, Texas 50. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they lock you up, bro. Like Calvin got it going on, bro. Without no doubt, he got it going on. Huh.
Oh.
So you say we have a chance, huh? Kentucky, three seed versus
Hold up.
Tennessee.
Hold up.
2 seed, 4.5 favorite on Friday night. And the crazy thing is, T Rock, I really think TBS, CBS, ABC, whoever's doing these games, we know whatever, you made a mistake, bro. I know you wanted them to be the first game. I don't care what time it is. That would have been my last game of the night because you know everybody's going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way in hell I have them actually the first game. at well, actually the second game, 7:39. It's in Nap. Nap likes to party.
Yep.
Put that at
It's
the
not-
10. Put that game at the 10:09, and it's still gonna rock, and it's still gonna be sold. Because let's put it this way: you still want people to come to these, stay at the games, right? So Tennessee's gonna have a nice crowd. Kentucky is gonna be filled that Indianapolis up. Why in the hell you got that the first game in Indianapolis? Big mistake. Should have been second game. Everybody's gonna be there. Libation's gonna be going. Everything's rolling. But one of these teams lose, say if Kentucky lose, boom, we're gonna be seeing seats and shit in the state. Like that was dumb. That should been the last game of the night on Friday night. You ain't got to worry about no work. Let's rock and roll. But let's get into it. Kentucky has beaten Tennessee twice. On Sunday, I said I just cannot see any way, that kind of stuff. So my thought has changed just a little bit, but Kentucky is trying to beat Tennessee 3 times in a row. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. On this, Kentucky still have those injuries. They got some freshmen that have stepped up. They got some injured players that Butler that's definitely stepping up. But this is probably going to be the most physical game he's done played since. You know what I'm saying? He got injured again because it's going to be nothing but a rock fight in this one. You got a defensive minded team that struggles offense. If Lanier is not hitting anything and Ziegler's not controlling this, if Kentucky's hitting, it could be ugly. That's the whole thing. Their defense has got to win this game. Big Blue, you know what you got to do. You hope. And the thing about it, Oway, whatever, he doesn't really show up in this game because he's facing dudes his size who's just as athletic and they gonna bang him big time. Jackson Robinson's not playing, of course, so you're gonna have. You had Trent Noah, the Mountain Mamba, that went off in Tennessee. This different things. It's gotta be some shootings besides Oway and Amari, whatever Williams. It's gotta be some other
Yeah.
players. It's gotta be Carr, to step up. It's gotta be Brea knocking down Jays and things like that. Tennessee, like I said, is I don't know. T Rock, what's your thoughts on this game?
Um, well, just to go back to what you was talking about at the time of the game, I agree with you there. It should be a later game for sure. But this whole tournament has been poor decisions. So
True
you know what
that.
I'm saying? That's goes without saying. So well, but but as far as the game itself, Tennessee is going to have to play the defense of their lives to win this game. We always say, yeah, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Well, it
It
really is hard to
happens.
beat it. Yeah, it happens. But depending upon who you play, it's hard to beat a team once.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but I think, yeah, Tennessee's going to have to play the defense of their lives and actually put the ball in the basket, or at the very least, prevent Kentucky from putting the ball in the basket more. Um, I I don't I don't think the spread. I don't know what to think about the spread. I think honestly, it's weird to me. The
It
fact that
is
Tennessee is first of all is a favorite in this game.
mind boggling.
It's,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, and
It
and
is.
and, all, and the only reason why I even see that is because they're a 2 seed and Kentucky's a 3 seed. They have done nothing up until this point to makes me think otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm with
yeah,
you.
it makes no sense to me. It
It,
makes
it,
no
it,
sense to
it
me.
should at least. It plus it's in Indianapolis. It should at least be an even, a pick
Right.
'em. It should be a pick 'em.
Hmm.
It should. It really, really should. That's. Vegas know what they're doing, I guess.
Well, hell, Tennessee hopes so because the last 2 times Tennessee been favored, still lost. Don,
Yep.
what you think? What you got,
It
Don?
didn't even matter what Tennessee's favorite or not. But I mean, every time I've
Mm-mm.
watched Tennessee, I'm telling you, they haven't really impressed me. I
Right,
mean, it's
right.
right. It's like you shouldn't be scared of them. The only time they impress me is when they beat the snot nose out of us, and It was
Right.
early in the season, so it was what it was then. So
Right.
for them to be like T Rock saying, like y'all saying, them to be favored, they've already got beat twice this year. It's going to be a who can get to 90 first, I guess. I mean, it's
Shit.
going to be something,
Kentucky wins that then.
You know what?
right?
Tennessee
All
can't
day.
get to 90.
Yeah.
Don't get to
Tennessee's turn.
70 first.
Their offense doesn't look like nothing. Their defense is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I
they
hate
just
it
better
how,
hope.
like you said, how this all shaped up to be, how it looks. It's oh
They
gosh,
just
it's
better hope
terrible.
that the game is ref like they can be physical.
Yeah, right. Right. And
Because
then,
if they
Very
can't be
true.
physical, Tennessee's in trouble.
well, and also, you call yourself a defensive team. This should be in your favor. You done seen this team twice. You done seen
Yeah.
what it looks like twice. At third place, at third place, you have seen Kentucky. So if you're really a defensive team, you have to make changes. What changes have you made? You know what I'm saying? Does Kentucky has more plays in their playbook? I'm pretty sure we know that all these coaches does. But it shouldn't be something that you have not really seen. So can you? I mean, the whole thing is, if you're a Tennessee fan, you gotta hope that you can hold them to at least 70. You know what I'm saying? In the 60s to
Hmm.
70. If this game is in the 60s, and like I said, you maybe in the low 70s, you have a chance. If not, then because I don't know where your offense is coming from. You got a Milicek guy who's scared to shoot every time I see him. It's ridiculous. He's a great shooter. Only time he shoots is when they down. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to shoot it. It's no pressure when you're already down by 10 or 15 and you shooting threes. It's not a pressure on there because it doesn't make a difference to go in or not, unless you're trying to make a comeback. It doesn't make it. Ziegler, like I said, Butler takes his cookies every time. Oh, Ziegler's the best point, and boop boop, Butler's gone. Like damn, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like what are we talking about? Malchak, whatever, hit that buzzard beater, whatever. Dude can't even don't even look to shoot. Like you got guys who just out there, bro. Like you're not beating Kentucky
Hmm.
unless somebody has a game of their life and it's a true rock fight. T Rock said it. If the referees of this game, whatever, however they decide to call this game, is going to determine if Tennessee is actually going to be in this game
Hmm.
because it's not going to be SEC refs. So you better hope you get some Big 12 refs, something like that.
You know what? Big East.
Big 10. Big East, something like something. If you get the West Coast or what, no, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Y'all in
Oh,
trouble. Y'all in trouble. T Rock, who you got?
uh, well, to keep my money right, I got Tennessee, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky wins the game.
The Don, we know LeBron just hit the jumper to win the game, but go ahead, man. Who you got?
uh, I'm going Kentucky. I'm going Kentucky. Will beat them 3 times in a row.
Yeah, shit. I mean, the writing's on the wall. Kentucky should win this game. I'm gonna go with Kentucky just because, like I said, you have no offense. And the crazy thing is, as much as I say about Houston, the previous game that we talked about, Houston has athletes and players that can score. It's just their system; they don't require that, and they're a real defensive team. Everybody want to get Tennessee the credit. No, no, no. It's a real defensive team at that one. So I'm gonna ride with Kentucky to go ahead and take care of business on that one. Um, by itself, Duke is the clear favorite to win the title. T Rock.
Uh, I can buy it. I mean, they're like I said before, and ever since we talked about them, they are on fire right now. Right now they're playing close to flawless basketball as you can play. So I'm buying all day long.
Don.
Yes, sir. Right now, I'm buying it, and Duke's a plus 220 to win the championship right now.
All right, Mr. FanDuel. I've got Duke big time. To somebody knock them off that, and they're probably one of the few teams that their star player or two can have bad games, they can still win the game. There's not a lot of teams that
Mhm.
can do that. Buy or sell. Texas is the top 10 job in men's basketball. Don.
Mm, you know what? If we want to look at it by, yeah, let's go ahead. I mean, if I want to, break it down, I guess, and look at us all in the schools, but money wise and your resources and everything else, you got opportunity in Texas to, you know, to bring some players in. So yeah, they can be up for top.
T Rock.
Now, when I think of top 10 jobs, I think of traditional blue blood schools. I'm
Hmm.
selling. I don't think it's a top 10 job. I think it's a good job, but I don't think it's a top 10 men's basketball job. No.
True. I'm selling also. I think, yeah, you got money and we get that. But when you're in basketball conversation with people, Texas don't come up. They don't. And if they do, it's about Durant.
Yeah.
KD playing there or somebody like that. Money, yes. But you get in a good conference with that SEC, all you guys down there with the money. But I'm not. I don't think about them. I think about teams. To me, Villanova is a top 10 job for what they've done over the years compared to Texas type stuff.
All right.
But hey, you got money. You're right with that one, but I just don't. I don't consider that. You got to win. You gotta win,
Mm-hmm.
bro. You gotta win.
Very true.
You gotta
Very
win.
true.
And I ain't done shit. Richard Pitino would defeat Rick Pitino. Richard Pitino is now at Xavier. We saw a lot of stuff, a lot of lies was going on yesterday talking about he was head to Villanova. He's going to Xavier. And will he defeat Rick Pitino next year? They're probably gonna play at least twice. Will he get his daddy at least once? Don?
I'm
No, I'm selling it. Selling it. He's got to, whip him up a couple times before he can get up to that echelon of beating him.
T Rock.
I'm selling too. Um, I don't. I think they have played each other, and he hasn't won yet. So until he can prove that he can beat him, selling.
Hell, and if he does win, will Rick retire? Like how
Hell
you
no, because he's
how you
gonna want to run that back.
how your dad how your family beat your dad or your uncle and they're like, I'm done with this shit. You got it. You got it,
Yeah,
man. You got it.
my
And Rick,
knees, my knees hurt.
yeah, Rick gonna be like, nah, bro, I'm gonna need that again. Dad, we done played 20 times. I don't care. I need it again. I need it again.
Yeah.
Ooh, Russell Wilson should start over Jameis Winston. Both of them are at a team that's already been eliminated from the playoffs, the Giants. Russell got signed today or whatever the heck, and he said that he should be the starter. He will be the starter. Russell Wilson should start over Jameis Winston, the Don.
Yeah, I'm buying that. Um, I mean, if they want to help the other team out, go ahead and put James Winston in. But I'm starting Wilson over Winston.
Woo, I'm gonna go. To me, it doesn't make a difference. Both of them dudes are not good. One just got history. One
Yeah,
just
that's
got
true.
Super Bowl championship. What has he done in the last 5 years? Not a damn thing. Jameis is a turnover king. We know that. But if I'm Jameis Winston, I'm not even scared of Russell, dude. I'm gonna try my best. Now my best is not that good. But Russell, I mean, come on, bro. If you was that good, you done been to like what? This is your fourth team in like 5 years.
It's crazy.
All right.
So I'm shit. Whatever. Tie. I don't know, buy, sell, whatever. For his name, I'm gonna buy it for his name, but to me, nah, I would sell it or tie it or whatever the hell. It doesn't make a difference really. T Rock.
I mean, hell, for the sake of the question, I'll buy it. Like, James Wilson throw for 18,000 yards and throw about 80 picks. So,
It's crazy. That's crazy. And that's so true because Russell will throw for 2,000 yards and one TD.
yeah, exactly.
That's about right too.
It's like God. I mean, the Steelers like, yes, you can leave. Goodness
And then
gracious.
get into it with the coach.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's there. All I know is the Giants are happy. The fans are because Sierra be in the house with her goodies. By herself, Cam Ward would be the number one pick. T Rock.
Not her goodies.
Her
Uh,
goodies.
Her
oh,
goodness.
that's hilarious. Oh, who's number one pick again? I mean, who's number one
Cam.
team?
Oh, Tennessee. I think is getting the number one pick. I think Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Lord knows they need a quarterback.
They got Levis.
Man.
Oh, like I said, they need a quarterback.
Mayo? Right.
Uh,
Mr. Mayo?
I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I don't. I'm not really confident in this purchase.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I will probably have buyer's remorse when it's all said and done, but I'll buy it.
Bias
Don.
remorse. I'm definitely rolling with it. I'm because like I said, Tennessee's quarterback room looks so iffy. I was looking at it earlier today. I was just out talking about it last night. It's like, who is their quarterbacks after Levis? You like really?
Mm.
That's what y'all got?
Did they get Snoop or
That's
some
But
me.
shit?
yeah,
Go ahead. T Rock.
I'm on the quarterback room.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it could be.
Yeah.
I thought they got Snoop or whatever the dude who used to be at Baltimore, the wannabe Lamar. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who's in their
Oh
room.
God.
You teased everybody.
I'm looking
So that's
now while you
Levis.
talking.
Couldn't have been anybody. You done
Mm-mm-mm.
forgotten. You looked at it yesterday.
Yep, I did. That's what I'm
You
saying.
know what?
It just tells you how terrible they are. You got come on, come on. Why couldn't just list it like that? Heck. That tells you how terrible they are. Can't even find it. Will Levis, of course, he said first. Then you had Mason Rudolph. There we go.
Didn't he go back
No,
to?
hold up.
He went
Mason
back to
Rudolph gone back to
Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he went back to
Yeah,
Steelers. So
he gone
yeah.
back to Steelers.
Uh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
come on home. What Levis from? Pennsylvania. So he can go up there to Steelers too. Then they need some
Trevin
quarterbacks.
Simeon.
Oh
Trevor
yeah,
Simeon.
used to be at Denver.
Will Levis, Brandon Allen,
Mm-hmm.
and Tim Boyle.
Oh,
There you
damn
go.
it.
I
Oh,
looked the
well,
wrong site.
yeah, you wrong year, my brother. Uh, I'm
Right.
definitely I'm
I'm on
definitely
the
buying
inside.
this one. I got Cam. Oh, Cam. Yeah, Cam gonna go ahead and do his thing. At least get picked. I don't know if he's gonna do his thing. He's at least gonna get picked. And Mr. Mayo, will they stop running those commercials then? You ain't starting no more, but they like pull those commercials. You still,
And
Man.
they owe him money. They'll
yeah,
still
they
play
do.
him.
They're still playing right in Nashville. Buy or sell, Ashanti Samuel really thinks he is better than primetime. Do y'all guys really think? I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it, and we know there's a lot of people to do the stuff for social media to get likes and views and stuff.
Clicks.
And I clickbait, all that kind of stuff like that. And I
Clickbait.
know as a former football player, you think you're better than everybody. You need to. You gotta have that. But do you? Now he's retired. Now his son's a bad boy, even though he ain't been picked up yet. Do you really think he think he's better than primetime T Rock?
I mean, I think he believes it. If you're asking me if I
No,
believe it,
no, no,
I'm
no.
selling.
No, I'm talking about you think he does. Because like the Don I said, it's a lot of clickbait and stuff for
Oh
views.
no. Yeah. I'm buying. I truly believe he thinks he's better. He also plays in that. You know, what I'm saying. Granted, I understand there's other positions that do it, but it's seemingly, that certain position seems to talk a whole lot of garbage, and they really think they're probably the best players on the field anyway. So yeah, I'm buying this all day long. There's no way, I understand the clickbait and all that stuff, but I truly believe that he believes that he's better than
Did
prime
he
time.
play with Ty Law? Because he was with the Patriots.
Didn't he? Yeah, I
He
thought
wasn't even
so,
the
didn't
best one on his team. I'm selling this shit. There's no way you. I mean, especially now. I mean, then you was playing. I get it. You wasn't even the best Patriot DB. There's no way you think you can touch. And to me, when people throw up stats, I mean, okay, dude, look, use your eyes. Some of y'all got two sets like me. Use your eyes, and you can see out there. Did he make some big plays when he was playing? Yes, but there's been some other cornerbacks that made great plays, big plays in the playoffs too. When you know that you're not even the best DB on your team, now you confidence is one thing. I get it. I understand it when you're playing, but bruh, you can sit there. There's no you weren't even better than Ty Law, who at least been on your team a couple of years when you was playing. Did Reeves get traded? No, he didn't get over there. I don't think he went there. But anyway, I know he was the
Mm-hmm.
Jets. But anyway, you wasn't even the best on your
Right.
team, bro. Don, what you got?
I'm definitely selling this man. I don't know. He's gonna talk about prime time. You can't, Lord, you ain't even got the time for prime time. I mean, hell, it's crazy. I mean, but you want to make it like, of course, you're supposed to believe in yourself.
Of course,
You
confidence.
know, I'm yeah, the confidence. I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Woo! So I don't know what's he thinking, but hey, more power to him. But
It's
know
working,
what he
right?
was thinking.
He's working.
Yeah,
Club Shay Shay or whatever his nightcap show. They talked about him. You know what I'm saying? People been doing little snippets. We're talking about him today. So really, it's working for you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you can start your
Mm-hmm.
podcast and do what you got to do because you're gonna have some follows because you know this rhetoric is gonna draw people to it. Do I believe he thinks? I think. I mean, it's confidence, like you guys said, and yes, that part. But dude, come on, bro, stop the madness. Like I said,
Mm-mm.
dude, that's crazy, dude. That is nonsense, dude. That's like who was the receiver, the opposite receiver for San Francisco when Jerry Rice was there?
Uh,
Uh,
Taylor.
After To
Was it
before
Taylor?
Taylor, yeah.
That's
Mm,
like Taylor said, "Hey, I'm the damn best." You got Hall of Fame over, bro. Ty Law Hall of Famer, Jerry Rice. When you're not the best on your team when you're playing, stop the madness, bro. Stop it. Good luck with that shit, though. I like you to start your podcast. You got it, brother. You got it. T Rock, what you leaving the people with?
I'd like to leave the people with yesterday was my oldest son, Mr. Jason Jules' 30th birthday.
Oh, 30
I
in the
like,
room. 30 in the room.
all
yeah,
Happy
right.
yeah.
birthday.
Woo! Getting old up there.
Woo.
I'm very proud of what he's been able to accomplish in his life. I'm happy that I have some great grandkids, and I just wanted to shout him out.
Cool, cool. The
So
Don.
good. So good. Most definitely. Hey, some sometimes what you did. Okay, let me start over for you.
Hold on.
Sometimes what
Hold
didn't.
on. Hold on.
Oh,
Let's get you together, man. Let's get you together. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Oh
dang, now the
hell,
cough comes
he's
on.
coughing.
Hmm.
Right. Sometimes, all right. Sometimes what didn't work out for you really worked out for you. Think about it.
Mm. All right, thank you guys for joining us, big time, man. It's always a root. I hope everybody's uh, uh, brackets are still alive, all that kind of good stuff like that. Thank you for support. Go ahead and follow, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thank you for Mile Wide, 502 Corvette, Vinyl Empire. It is what it is. See you guys later. Peace.